Hey y'all, it's a beautiful day in Branson, Missouri, and we are gonna make some yummy lasagna. The first thing I'm gonna do is put a pot of water on for our lasagna noodles. Is it noodles? For our lasagna pasta. What are they called? Anyway, for this, lasagna pasta noodles. Lasagna noodles, that's what I call them, lasagna noodles. So I'm gonna put some salt in here and I'm gonna get it to boiling. People just got me all nervous about what I say. They're always telling me that I say things wrong. You should call it this and you should call it that. And I don't know. I'm trying. I don't know what to call stuff. I just know what I call it. So I'm just going to boil my lasagna noodles. That's what I've called them all my life. Like I made chocolate icing the other day. I know that it's called ganache. I know that. I've watched some cooking shows and I know that's what it's called, but I call it icing. So anyway, I'm going to chop this onion up. So I'm going to chop up one onion chopped up here. I'm going to use about 1 pound of, this is chopped sirloin. I've just been a big fan of this. I started trying this because they have it down at Price Chopper here in town. And I've just been a big fan of it because it's not really greasy. So I've been using this chopped sirloin. This is a little over 1 pound. And then I'm going to use this, which is 1 pound of mild Johnsonville Italian sausage, and they had spicy, sweet, and regular, so or mild. This is the mild, and I'm going to use it. So 1 pound and a little over 1 pound of the hamburger or chopped sirloin. All right, and then I'm going to put my onion in here. Woo, the onion is strong. And now I'm going to put 2 good heaping teaspoons of this roasted garlic that I have. You get that over in the produce section. Now I'm just going to take my mix and chop and just get this kind of mixed together and get this browned up really good. I'm going to do a little bit of pepper and a little bit of salt. So probably a couple teaspoons of pepper, a couple teaspoons of kosher salt. My goodness, I wish you could smell this. That Italian sausage and those onions cooking, oh, it smells so good. Now I'm going to scooch this over to the side, and now I'm going to chop up some herbs. We're going to do a little bit of oregano, which you can get over in the produce section. We're going to do some basil, and I'm going to do a little bit of fresh parsley. I'm just going to chop all these up, give them a good chop. There's my oregano. A good tablespoon of oregano. Basil. If you don't have fresh of any of these, just use the dried. If you have dried, if that's what you have, and you don't want to go out and buy the fresh, I think the dried will be fine. My parsley, my oregano, and my basil. This looks so good. Now I'm going to add 2 28-ounce cans of crushed tomatoes. 2 cans. 28 ounces. These are the bigger cans, not the small ones. Small can of, and I think this, let me see what the ounces, I do not know the ounces. I cannot see that at all. 6. I think that says 6 ounces. I'm pretty sure. 6 ounces of tomato paste. I'm going to do this whole can right here. In your meat if you want, but mine wasn't that fatty. So if you're using regular hamburger meat like 80-20 or something a little more greasy, then you can go ahead and drain it. But since I was using the sirloin, it really was, it's not that fatty at all. It doesn't make a lot of grease. So that's why I didn't drain mine. So we're gonna go ahead and get this mixed in. I'm gonna add a splash of red wine vinegar if you have this. If you don't have red wine vinegar, then you can use a little bit of Worcestershire sauce. So I'm just gonna do a little splash of that, probably about a tablespoon. Now I'm gonna add a good tablespoon of sugar. If you like it a little sweeter, then put 2 tablespoons. If you don't like it sweet at all, omit it. Leave that out. Herbs right on top here. Oh my goodness. You can even make this the day before or a couple days before, and that way it's getting all married together, getting all acquainted with each other, and becoming a family. Getting ready to go into that lasagna. So I'm gonna let this cook on low, just kind of let it simmer for a while. Now I'm gonna go over and I'm gonna check on my water boiling, and then we're gonna make the sauce to go, another sauce. Lid on, turn down low, set it aside. Okay, now we're gonna make our creamy ricotta sauce that goes on the lasagna. So this is what we're gonna do now. We're gonna just do a roux. I think you can also call this a bechamel sauce. I think it's bechamel. I think it's bechamel. I call it a roux. So we're gonna start with 2 sticks of butter, and then I'm gonna do a little pepper and a little salt. And then I'm gonna put some of this roasted garlic herb in there. This brand right here, Grill Masters. You can use garlic powder if you'd like. I'm gonna do about a tablespoon of that and get this cooking. You could also put a little red pepper flake in there if you'd like. Give it a little bit of a bite. That sounds good. All right. Now once this gets good and melted, I'm gonna do 1, 2, that might do it. Let me check it out. 2 heaping teaspoons of flour. Might need 1 more. I think that might do it. Let me do, tablespoons. Those are tablespoons. 2 heaping tablespoons and a half. 2.5 tablespoons of flour. And those were heaping tablespoons. This is what you want it to look like. We're just gonna let this cook for a minute. This has been cooking for a minute or 2 and it is looking fantastic. That's exactly how you want it to look. Now we're gonna slowly pour in our heavy cream. But I'm gonna switch hands here. Just gonna slowly pour this in. Almost full. Good Lord, I wish I would have measured that. Yikes. I did not measure that. It was almost full though. Not quite, but almost. Couldn't tell you how much is in here. Maybe a little over a cup and a half is in here. All right, and you're just gonna stir this around. I'm gonna add some milk to it. You don't have a heavy cream, just use milk, like 2.5 cups of milk. Since we did the 2 sticks of butter, you're definitely gonna need 2.5 cups of milk or heavy cream. Just like almost like a gravy, kind of thick, but not too thick. Now I'm gonna add a whole container of this, which is 5 ounces, and this is grated Parmesan, and you can find this over by the cheese. A whole container, 5 ounces of grated Parmesan. Add some ricotta cheese, and this is 30 ounces. 30 ounces of ricotta cheese. It's a little dented. It's a little dented, but you find that. There we go. 30 ounces of ricotta cheese. That's the only, oh, whoa, Nelly, calm down. Some people use cottage cheese in their lasagna, and you can do that too. If you don't have ricotta cheese and you have some cottage cheese on hand, just put that cottage cheese in there. I've used cottage cheese before. Sometimes I've used that in my cowboy lasagna, but I've kind of changed it up a little bit. Now, if you want to use mozzarella cheese, that would be good too, but I found this Italian blend, and it has a little bit of everything in there. It has the mozzarella, provolone, it has the Asiago, Romano, and it has cream cheese. Who knew? Do about half a bag of that in there. Get that mixed up. It looks like our water is boiling, so I'm gonna get this mess cleaned up and then we're gonna cook our noodles. Okay, we're going in with our lasagna, and I'm gonna cook these for about 8 to 9 minutes because you still want them a little al dente because they're gonna cook for another 40 minutes in the oven. So just gonna get these all cooked up and then we'll start putting this sucker together. Go ahead and get these out. I put a little butter in this pan, and I'm just gonna set them in here with my butter. I'm gonna have to do 2 rounds because my pot's not very big. So this is my first batch of noodles that I've done. So I just took the noodles, and each noodle I just kind of ran a little bit of butter over them like that so that they wouldn't stick together for when I'm ready to pull them apart and put my lasagna together. This thing together. Now, if you don't want to put butter on your noodles, if that's a little too much butter for you, then just use a little olive oil or just set them out. If you got room, set them somewhere. That's just what I'm going to do. Put a little spoonful of our sauce. Put that kind of down on the bottom, maybe 2 spoonfuls. Just get a little sauce here on the bottom right underneath your first layer of noodles. Now this is not no fast supper. This is going to take some time, but I'm telling you it will be worth it. All right, so let's do our first layer of noodles. Just going to kind of stir this sauce real good one more time, just make sure everything's mixed in there. Now we're going to do our meat sauce. All right, now I've got my white sauce right here. Holy moly, look how cheesy and wonderful that looks. I'm gonna do the same thing. We're just gonna come over here and make a layer of that right down the middle here. Oh my goodness, that's gonna be so good. Next layer. You get the picture. Now on your last layer, we're just gonna do the meat mixture right on top. Now I'm going to use my creamy melt cheese that I had bought. This has a little bit of everything. It's the Italian. Put it on top of here. Just spray my foil really good like that. And I'm going to put it right on top of my cheese here so that it doesn't stick. I'm going to cover this up and I'm going to cook it in the oven for 40 minutes at 350 degrees. But I'm going to take this foil off the last 5-6 minutes just so that cheese will get nice and bubbly hot. Okay? Going in now. You guys, this looks so good. OMG. Now, it's best to let this set for about a good 15 minutes before you cut into it. My hunk of burning love is going to be here tomorrow, and I can't wait for him to try it. It should be just right for him. He likes it when things set overnight and marinate in the refrigerator and he can warm them back up in the microwave. That's what he loves best. So this will be perfect for him when he gets here. But I'm going to try it. I'm going to let this set for a few minutes, and then we're going to cut into it and we're going to give it a try. It's been setting a good 15 to 20 minutes, so oh yeah. Look at that. I have a little bit of Parmesan, and I'm going to just grate a little bit of that over the top. It's going to be so good. Look at that. What in the Giada is going on? I feel like I'm in Rome. This is so good, y'all. I don't mean to toot my own horn, but toot toot. Now, I'm going to be real honest with you guys. I am a lot of overkill. I do overkill everything. So when you make your sauce, you could cut that down to half. As a matter of fact, I think what I'm going to do, not the meat sauce, the creamy sauce. We could do half of that. So I think when I put the recipe on and write it out, it's going to be half of what I made in this video, because you know me, I'm just double everything, double, treble, double everything. And so you're gonna have a lot of that sauce left over. Now, if you wanna make it and put it up for another time or make something else with it, the sauce is delicious for another Italian dish or something, but it was a little overkill. It was a lot of sauce. I had quite a bit left over, so I had to I'm gonna put it with some macaroni noodles, and I think the guys will like it, so it'll kind of be like a Italian macaroni and cheese. But anyway, if you wanna make something else, go ahead and make the sauce double, but I don't think we need that much. But I will tell you this right now. That's got to be pretty much the best lasagna I've ever had. Go make this. Go out and have a great day. Expect something great to happen to you today, and make something great happen through you today. Go out and seek somebody and bless their socks off today.